Okay, hi guys. I just wanted to show you a couple more things as I finished up my stamp. So I got all my pieces added. I did slip and score them very carefully, and it's looking a little messy. I ended up smoothing away my carved in lines, and what I'm gonna do, you don't have a sponge at home. If you do, you're welcome to use one. So I just took some paper towel and I dipped in water, and remember, we never want sopping wet, so I kind of squeezed it out. And I'm gonna use that as kind of like a sponge. We want your stamp to be really clean and to have really good craftsmanship, because if this is gonna stamp, you have to think about whatever it looks like is how it's gonna stamp on whatever surface you're stamping it on. So we don't want clay boogers, we don't want messy areas. So as kind of like a sponge hack, I just took a paper towel and I'm kind of folding it so that I can get into some of my crevices. You can also use, I really like this tool a lot, and that'll get into some of the crevices a little bit. And I'm just really lightly running that over. And you want to keep it really clean. If it gets clay buildup, just take it on your wet paper towel and clean it up that way. And then once I get this all cleaned up, then I'm gonna go in and get my carved lines back. And I believe the what I picked was E. coli, I think, if I remember correctly. Okay, so that's looking a lot neater. And then I'm gonna go in with this tool and I'm gonna carve in some of those. And remember, everything that you do is gonna be reversed when you stamp it. So any of my areas that are popping out will be pushed in when I stamp. Any areas that are carved in will be pushed out when I stamp. So I think I'm just gonna do a couple carved lines. And you wanna make sure that you carve enough that you can actually see them. Otherwise they won't stamp very well. And then definitely make sure that you get any clay boogers away. I would wait to do carving until your clay is much closer to leather hard. Okay, so can I get those? And I'm kind of carving through them a few times, wiping the little crumbs off of this modeling tool as I go, and making sure that I'm cleaning up any clay boogers. Okay, and you do not have to have a combination of carved in and popping out. You can have all of one or all of the other. That's totally fine. Okay, notice I'm cleaning off those little clay crumbs each time I carve through. Okay, so again, we want it to be really nice and clean. And then I'm gonna take my wet paper towel as my sponge workaround and just clean those all up. Okay, and you might have to go through them again as it gets even a little bit more dry. I'll probably end up doing that. Okay, sometimes I kind of clean and then carve again. But you really want to have good craftsmanship on this stamp, because anything that's on there is going to appear when you stamp. Okay? So I'm pretty happy with that right now. I think I've cleaned it up as best I can right now. And then the other thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put my initials on the end or wherever, just not on the actual stamp part. SF. And then put whatever period number you are as well. So that we know what period you're from, okay? And then I am just gonna let that dry out completely, and you can put it back in a Ziploc to bring to school. You can wrap it in paper towel. Just do be very careful as it dries. It's gonna get more fragile and it's gonna break easily if dropped, if bumped. So just be really careful as you bring it back, and we will get these fired whenever you get back into the classroom.